Alf, prices for new Pokemon product as well as singles prices all going way up, but there's some confusion as to why that is. There's a lot of different theories, but today we're going to talk about the one biggest factor that I think plays into all of this, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down, and it's probably not what you think. Stick around. What's going on, Collectibles family? Thanks for joining me again for another Pokemon investing focused video. All the new subscribers, thanks very much for joining. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. Help us to grow this channel, to reach, spider these videos out to all the Pokemon friends out there. All right, you probably think that I'm going to talk about how guys like me, sports card guys, are moving into this space, or just maybe other whales in the collectible space that are finally taking a hard look at this and saying, you know what, I just want to fill up my basement, I want to fill up my garage with Pokemon products. Well, that might be part of the story. It certainly might be. But the real story and the thing that changed everything over the last few years is the meteoric rise of the rip and ship business in Pokemon cards. What is this? For people that don't know, this would be basically a personal break. Somebody buys packs or buys a box, and their favorite streamer opens it for them, and then, of course, ships out the contents to the customers. The last time we saw Pokemon prices really kind of go bonkers was during the pandemic, 2020 and 2021. Since then, you've seen the rise of live streaming services like Fanatics Live, Whatnot, Drip, etc. They have all expanded here over the last few years, and also just people that are doing this on YouTube. The million-dollar question, or maybe the multi-million-dollar question, is how big is the rip and ship business? And I haven't been able to really get a straight answer from everyone. It's kind of hard to quantify. I even tried to ask ChatGPT, and it didn't know either. So I've been trying to find through other content creators, through some of our favorite content creators in this space, in the Pokemon investing space, and I've picked up nuggets. The first one that we're going to listen to here, I will play a clip from Alex over at Nostalgianomics, his latest stream. I believe it's his latest stream. It's sitting right at about the 90-minute mark of this stream. And let's go ahead and play that clip, and then we'll talk about it.
Look at this. We have never sold more packs on Poke.ne than we have this week. It's wild, insane. Even the Cyclizar EX boxes are selling out now.
Yeah, I mean, how many packs do you think you're breaking a week?
Me?
Yeah, just guess.
Probably around 3,500 packs.
Oh my god! Are you serious? So you're breaking down?
We usually do more than 1,000 a night.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's 100 booster boxes a week. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, it's getting very hard to manage. You know, it's hard to get that many packs. I'm selling somewhere close to $25,000 a week. People always make fun of me when I say this. Guys, I'm small. I'm not like minuscule. I'm not new. I'm not like a novice, but I'm a small streamer. As crazy as that sounds, I can name you 5 streamers, 10 streamers top of my head who all do $3, $4, $5 million plus a year in sales. I'm a smaller guy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You can imagine what they're doing.
All right, so you heard Alex talking there, and if we're breaking down the numbers that he was talking, the guys were talking about 100 booster boxes a week. He said typically 1,000 packs each rip, about 3,500 packs a week.
You take the card and put it in the sleeve.
Is what he is currently doing, and he's one streamer, he said. Now, the other part of the conversation is he said, I'm not the biggest. I'm actually kind of a small fish, not a small fish, but a medium-sized fish in this space. And he said specifically, we'll take his word for it, that he knows 5 to 10 streamers that do $3 to $5 million a year in sales for rip and ship. If we're doing the math on his, let's say 3,500 packs a week, he said it's about 25,000 a week in revenue and overall sales. So that's over $1 million of sales, assuming he never takes a week off. Of course, probably takes vacation here and there, maybe takes breaks. So he's got about $1 million in sales. I think it comes to $1.2 million, $1.3 million if it was every single week. So let's say it's about $1 million in sales for Alex. Well, if we take conservative numbers on what Alex said, let's say that 5 to 10 streamers, let's say it's 5 streamers that do 3 million. He said 3 to 5 million a year in sales. So 5 streamers doing 3 million a year, 10,000 packs times 5 streamers, 50,000 packs a week, almost 1,400 booster boxes a week. 2.6 million packs in a year, or approximately 72,000 boosters a year. Now, shout out to Ketchum Collectibles. He also had this to say.
But like, Dan's gonna open, Ponga PK are gonna open 100,000 packs in 2025.
And so these are all conservative numbers, and this is just taking into account Alex, Ketchum Collectibles, and what Alex said is maybe there's a handful of streamers, and maybe these are the largest ones that are doing about 3 times the business that Alex is doing. These are conservative numbers, and that's not assuming all the other people that do this in the space. That might be Alex's size or smaller, slightly smaller, guys that are just getting started, guys and gals that are just getting started in this. Now, of course, this is all relative to how much is being produced, but this does sound like a hell of a lot to me. The viewership, does this sound like a lot to you? Or based on the billions of cards that Pokemon is producing? Another question I have too, as I learn this space more, when they talk about X billions of cards each year, and I've looked into this as well, does anybody know the breakdown approximately of English versus Japanese products? Because I think that that's really important. Like for me, I'm only buying the English products as it sits now, but I think that that's important because a lot of people are only buying one or the other. So it's good to be able to differentiate between what is what and how much they're producing. I don't know if we'll ever really know these numbers, but just like an estimate or a guide, if anyone has any sort of idea, I think that that would be interesting to know. So bottom line here is that the rip and ship business, it's kind of this circular prophecy that's happening where you have sealed collectors, people that are collecting, holding this in mass. And not even just in mass. I mean, I'm just getting started. I probably have a dozen booster boxes that I've bought here over the last couple of weeks. It's a decent amount, I suppose. Some people have hundreds, some people have thousands, some people have 5. But there are a lot of sealed holders, especially when we're looking at Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield. And now we've got some numbers behind this. And again, these are loose numbers, but these are also conservative numbers because it's not taking into account really the rest of the industry here. Now, something that I was thinking about too is, okay, a lot of people are concerned and worried, like, all right, booster boxes starting to really move up in price, Fusion Strike, and everything's kind of moving up. You're looking at Chilling Reign, all of a sudden it's up, it's doubled in price and that sort of thing. And it could very well be that we see supply come to market and either kind of stagnates or suppresses these prices here over the next 6 months. I know there's a lot of talk of like, oh, it's just going to continue to go up because of rip and ship. I actually think there's going to be a stagnation that's going to happen because as price points move up, I don't think that people realize that most people are not going to hold. That yes, there's a lot of big time holders for sure, but there's also a lot of product out there, and there will be quite a few people that do not have the diamond hands, that have paper hands, and will be putting that supply out to sell it. I just know it's going to happen. I can feel it in my bones. Let's play this out. So what happens if booster boxes like Vivid Voltage, that are about 150 a box. Let's say those drop down to 100 or something. They start to subside. All right. So prices start to come back down to more of kind of what it was going back, a month, 2 months, 3 months ago. And people are like, okay, it's starting to get more to a normal market. Well, what would be a consequence of that? I can already see what's going to happen. First off, guys like Alex or other rip and shippers, demand seems to be there. Alex said in his stream that he struggles to get that product right now to be able to sell to his customer base. And he's one streamer. So the demand for rip and ship is there. Now, so what happens if it goes down to $100 a box? All the stuff just starts moving downward. Well, the rip and shippers, they're going to buy a hell of a lot more of it. They're going to say, oh, good. I can get in and actually get some more product. I can fulfill these orders for that rip and ship demand. The other thing that's going to happen is I know there's a lot of people that are looking to get into this Pokemon space, and they're trying to figure out, how can I start a business here? Distribution is screwed. I'm not going to be able to get anything. How can I start a business in this Pokemon world? Well, it's simple. Rip and ship. Rip and ship is going to be, the way that you can get in. You start a social media presence, you build out a customer base. If you have the product and you have personality, then you can start a rip and ship business and off you go. That is going to be, in my opinion, as I've, again, still learning the space and still trying to understand everything and all of it. That seems to me to be kind of the easiest access point if there is a big reduction or kind of like a retracement, a correction in booster box prices. Now, it could also just not be that way. It could just be like, hey, we're steadily climbing on some of these booster box prices. The ship has left the harbor type thing. We don't know how it's going to go, obviously, but I think that will be a direct result of if there's a retracement or a correction in booster box prices from what we've seen over the last couple of months. rip and shippers amp up, and you will see kind of that supply is going to start going away again, which again puts pressure on those sealed prices until it's all ripped, or a lot of it's been ripped. And then you have the sealed holders, you have the stuff that's being ripped. Like, something's got to give. Something has to give. So this is really the big driver. It's not necessarily all the new collectors getting in, or sports card people like me that are looking at this now. Certainly that's part of it. But the real deal, the real story here is the rise of rip and shippers and live streaming as a whole, streamers that are opening up this product. All right, friends, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.